So the most important decision I ever made was to stop beating myself up. It's true. I just decided one day after hearing a couple of my teachers, one of them said, I just decided no more. I won't mistreat myself. And I just thought, how do you do that? How do you just decide that you're not going to beat yourself up anymore? It seems kind of magic or voodoo. And it didn't really make a lot of sense to me. I just kind of sat with it for a little while. And then I had another coach who I was listening to say, I just decided that I was not available for shaming myself or for gossiping about other people. And she's like, I just decided, and that was a no. And I won't say that it happened overnight. It absolutely didn't. But I began to pay attention in a brand new way to that bully in my brain that told me, you're doing it wrong. You should have done it differently. Why did you do that? You should have known. You always do this. Those were the sentences that would kind of come up every time something didn't go the way I wanted it to go. And it just seemed totally normal and totally natural that that would happen. And it wasn't until I decided, like, and really wasn't even a decision at first. It was more like, what would that be like for me? What would it be like? What would change if I just decided not beating myself up anymore? It was amazing because the first thing that happened is I caught it all the time, that brain bully who was just wanting to give me the beat down for every little thing, from like not making a dinner that all my kids wanted to eat to accidentally losing $100, right? There was no distinction about like orders of magnitude for this brain bully. Like anything was fair game. You screwed up, that was it. The beatdown started. And so I started to notice it and I started to catch it. And then once I was familiar with what that sounded like and what it felt like, I actually started saying no. Like, no, that's a hard pass on that behavior. No, I will not do it. I won't allow anyone to speak to me that way, even me. And so I caught it and I stopped it. And then the third thing I did was I shifted to something else. In the beginning, the shift was, that's not true. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. Like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. Over time, I shifted to more loving practices. You're amazing. You're doing such a great job. Thank you for never, ever giving up. And I began to say those things to myself, to my face, looking in my eyes in a mirror. Super weird in the beginning. Yeah, totally. Super awkward, super weird. Not something I look forward to doing. In fact, my brain would try to talk me out of it. Like, you don't need this. This is dumb. Oh my gosh, this looks so weird. But I stuck with it so that when I would catch the bully and I would stop the bully, like, no, then I could shift to, I just love you so much. And it felt genuine and it felt real, especially because I wasn't telling myself, I love you because you're perfect or because you do all of these great and amazing, important things. I just love you because you are who you are. I love you because of the way that you show up in the world for other people. I love you the way that you keep showing up for us. And when I stopped the mistreatment, the first thing I felt was safety with myself. Like I was safe with me. Other things could go wrong. Other people might try to bully me or beat me up. But at the very least, I had my own safe place with me where I would never, ever, ever mistreat myself. And that has become the foundation upon which I have done everything else. Showed up differently in my marriage, showed up differently as a mom. It's been the bedrock from which I have built a completely different life where I feel like I am the authority on me, like I am sovereign. I am fully capable, responsible. I am an authority. All of that has come from this important decision to stop beating myself up and to create that safety with me. So I offer that because it's a decision you can make too. All it takes is catching it, stopping it, and replacing it with something loving and compassionate. Even if in the beginning it doesn't feel like super loving and compassionate, when you switch, it's totally fine. To catch it, to stop it, and to replace it with something else. Give it a try.